Once in the heart of a prosperous city lived a wealthy businessman named Mr. Al-Haji Karim. With vast lands, real estate holdings, and businesses spread across the country, Karim was admired and envied by many. He had two sons, Idris, the firstborn, and Samir, the younger. From childhood, it was clear the two brothers were different. Idris was headstrong, arrogant, and impulsive. He often disobeyed his parents, chased power, and believed everything should belong to him as the eldest. Samir, on the other hand, was calm, thoughtful, and humble. He respected their parents and worked hard in school, eventually helping their father in the family business. As the years passed, both brothers got married and had children. They started their own families and lived in separate mansions gifted to them by their father. Mr. Karim, proud of his success and family, made it clear that his properties would be divided equally among his sons upon his and their mother's death. But deep in Idris's heart burned a flame of greed and entitlement. He never accepted that Samir deserved an equal share. "I'm the first son. Everything should be mine," he would often mutter to himself. After their parents passed away in a tragic accident, the will was read, and as promised, the wealth was to be split evenly. Idris was furious but smiled and pretended to accept the decision. Months passed. Idris began plotting. He wanted it all. In a cold and calculated move, he hired mercenaries to stage a robbery at Samir's estate, planning to eliminate his brother and his entire family. One stormy night, the attack happened. Shots rang out. Screams echoed. And as fate had it, Samir, who had 3 kids, was killed alongside his wife, and the 3 children were also shot. The next morning, neighbors who were hearing the gunshots alarmed the police, and in no time, they arrived with ambulance, but as they were carrying the children, the second-born was still breathing. The gunshot penetrate his hand, which made him faint at the scene, but the assassin thinks he passed away. So the boy was quickly rushed to the hospital, where he was immediately attended to. By this time Idris was informed, and he has gotten to the scene like he knew nothing about the incident. As time goes on, the boy Malik keeps recovering gradually till he was discharged. The authority hand over Malik to his uncle to take care of his brother's son, which he was happy about, but deep down sad cause he was wondering how the boy could survive the assassination. Years pass and Malik is getting older, but this man will always treat him bad, ask him to do hard chores and lots. According to the lawyer and the other families who came after their demise of Malik's parent, they agreed to give 40% of Malik's father's properties to his brother, so he would use that in sponsoring Malik's education and all, and at the age of 26, the rest property should be willed to Malik. With all the exploitation stated down, this man was still not okay with the way the will was shared, but he had to plan like he is okay with it. When Malik finished with his sissi, he said he should come and travel to abroad so he could further his education there. Meanwhile, this man had planned another assassination on Malik. On the day he was supposed to travel, the man said he was having an important meeting to attend, and asked his driver to take Malik to the airport. On their way, they were stopped by some set of people masked and started shooting at their car. As luck would have it, the driver lost his life at the scene, while Malik was shot in his hand again where he was shot the first time. But it was not too long before the police arrived at the scene, and they were able to capture 2 among the masked men. Greed is not ambition. And not all enemies come from outside your home. Malik was rushed down to the hospital, where the doctor said they can only amputate the hand cause they have nothing to do apart from that. His hand was amputated while his uncle was at the hospital. The policemen came with 2 of the assassins they arrested to arrest him too, where they all both confessed to killing Malik's father and his siblings. Mr. Idris was brought before the court. The truth of Idris's betrayal shocked the entire nation. The judge, disgusted by the act, sentenced him to life in prison. His inheritance was stripped, and all of his assets were transferred to Malik, who, despite everything, wept for him, not out of sorrow for his downfall, but for the brother he had lost long ago to greed. Malik continued his father's legacy with kindness, raising his children with the lesson that family is a gift, not a competition.